Hello YouTube, Mewtwo here in front of the camera for a change, and that's because it's competition announcement time, or well, winner announcement. I did a competition announcement before, so I've picked up the people's names that entered and put them into this bowl, and I'm going to do a draw. It's just like the World Cup. Shake it around, shake it around, shake it around. Who's gonna win? Well, let's find out, or should I wait, put it off? You know, make it anticipation. Just really slowly. No. No. One more first. Okay, let's do it. Come out. And the winner is Kurtangle83, if you can read my terrible writing. So, if you feel free to send me a PM and request a game that you'd like, and I'll let you know if it's still available. A good lot of them are, so you've got a good choice, and hopefully I can get something else sorted out. Now, I did say that if there was a channel name that I thought was really great, that person would win. However, there was a few entries I quite liked, so in the end I couldn't decide. Typical indecisiveness. Typical can't speak. So I've written a few of them down in no particular order, and I'm just going to go through them. And if anyone has any kind of interest, or say, well, this is a particularly good one, or those ones are not so good, you know, leave some comments, and maybe through kind of a consensus of opinion, there'll be a channel name. So, just flicking through, there was the Retro Rewind, the Classic Continuum, Press Start to Continue, which, you know, I thought about that one. That's not bad. I've seen it was actually used as the title to David Chief's book on Nintendo, something similar. It was a subtitle, and it was New Kid on the Block. I'm not actually going to go through them all. These are just a few of the ones that kind of stood out the most. Another one, there was a few people played on the kind of Irish team and went with that calming, smooth Irish voice. My laptop just turned off for me, very handy. And then there was Retro Video Games the Irish Way. I didn't realise there was an Irish way to them, but maybe there is. And another one I found quite amusing, but maybe it's a bit of an in-joke, was Sega Fanboy turned Nintendo, because of course when I grew up, you know, I started off with the Sega Master System. Well, not quite. I didn't actually start with the Sega Master System, and I will get to that in a future video. But what I consider my first proper console was the Sega Master System. But I played Mario 64 and total 180 was like, Sega suck, Nintendo rule. So I'm not too sure if that, you know, really sums up what it is today that I'm doing with my channel. But it's certainly an interesting one. Another good one was One Man's 8-Bit Journey. And I really like that, because it kind of does certainly it really captures a lot of what I've been putting up on the channel so far, you know, my Sega Master System pickups and a lot of Master System playthroughs. But I don't just do 8-bit. That's one thing that, like, it's very hard to nail down what would fit when you don't exactly know what it is you're doing. And what is, you know, what am I doing? Oh, there's a good question. But anyway, another one was When the Master System Was King. I assume that was meant to be when the Master System was king in Brazil, or in Europe. Another good one I liked was Retro, Don't Mind If I Do. Reference to Homer Simpson, of course. Or Mewtwo versus the Bin Men. I would say, yeah, there's an element of truth in that, because when you're kind of trying to get bargains, you're gonna come up against the bin men. But to be fair, they are not all bad. Some of them are evil. Another in-joke was My Hero is Greater Than Ninja Gaiden. That's because on the Sega 8-Bit forums, the polls are going on, and I did a trailer about that before, but in one of the polls, Ninja Gaiden came up against the Ninja, and I voted for the Ninja because Ryo Hayabusa, or whatever his name is, he might be a ninja, but he is not the ninja. Therefore, the Ninja is better. Now seriously, I do actually quite like the Ninja. Another one was The Challenge Will Always Be There. of course taken from the old Sega commercial. One that I was sent in by Shen Muso, I think that's how you say his name, was Hopelessly Retromantic. And shortly after sending it in, he then goes, I quite like that name, I'm going to use it for my own channel name. So he promptly withdrew it. But he has sent others in anyway. Some of them were actually things like Super Retroid, which that's actually kind of cool. Yeah, I can see that. That's not bad. The other one was To Be This Good Takes Mewtwo. Or well, he actually said Al Mew. And it crossed my mind, maybe I shouldn't go with a tagline style channel. Maybe I should just put Mewtwo. Not Al Mewtwo, Mewtwo. Not that I particularly mind how people refer, because, you know, so be it. You know, when you have an odd name, you're going to get confusion. But yeah, I don't like my my YouTube username. It's just too much of a mouthful. Oh, where am I going? And I prefer my forum names, which is just shorter and easier. Another one was 1.21 gigawatts of awesome. Or and then the bracket, there was a comment beside it was, or just something with 1.21 gigawatts. Yeah, well, 1.21 gigawatts, yeah, and that is awesome. And then finally, though, he had, this was another one by Shen Muso actually. He had, while my, I think this is actually unfinished, while my current gently weeps. I know it's a reference to the Beatles, but for some reason I read that as while my console gently weeps. But interestingly enough, a few years back, I did a mock picture of a GameCube announcement at E3, and I actually taglined it while my console gently weeps, so it was kind of similar. And that particular announcement was the year where Nintendo's big games were like Mario Kart 70 million and Mario Dance Mix, and I was like, yeah, supporting the right platform. Oh, there was one other that kind of stood out, was more retro than you can imagine. So, and to be fair, there was a few more, but they're just kind of the ones that I kind of tickle my fancy a bit more. In fact, I know there was definitely some that I didn't write down because I was told in person. And there was a few good ones. I remember thinking, that's a good one, I must remember that. Of course, no one reminded me, or I didn't remind myself to remember myself, so I forgot. But anyway, if any of those kind of sounds like it's really popping, or, you know, if other people feel that one of those would make a good channel name, post it in the comments and let me know. If not, I suppose I'll him and haw back and forth on it for a while, and eventually probably, I don't know, roll a dice or something. Or maybe I'll run another competition and go, damn it, I still can't do it. Someone else. So anyway, once again, Kurtangle83, please PM me and we'll organise your prize to be sent out. You never know, you might get it for Christmas. And to everyone else, thanks for entering. It was great to get the different suggestions. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll put up a video soon, depending on when this one goes up. It could be very soon, or it could be in a few days. Until next time.